Okay, so we're back in the saddle here. Luna went and had a drink. It's warm, at least this way. We get a bit of a breeze. It's supposed to get up to about 22 degrees today, which is one of the warmer days that we've had this week. Yes, last week was really warm, and then it just cooled off again. Kind of yo-yo May weather. And tomorrow it's only supposed to get up to 14. It's supposed to be maybe a cold north wind. Still see pieces of tile all over the place. So here we're getting in through a little cut. Again, it's very apparent that they dug material. So you can see how they've excavated all here along the south side of the grade. Again, so it would have been a great source of gravel for them being here in this river valley, the Blackwater. We're going to be crossing the Blackwater very shortly, and it's going to be the first of a number of bridges over the river. So because of the weather delay, this is only our third hike this year. We were out last week on Saturday and Sunday, so there's more ties. So we were out in Geraldton on Saturday, and then we were in Dorion on Sunday. So we're going to be out today and tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to be, hopefully, fingers crossed, everything works out okay, we're going to be out by Nipigon near Parmachene Station. So again, just here, again, very apparent that they dug material. And so we're coming up to that crossing of the Blackwater River, just right up ahead here. Make sure Luna's with us. This is a bit of a longer hike, so it is just under 5 miles, 4.8 miles. She's getting a little bit older. She's 5. I don't want to tuck her out too much. And thankfully the ballast is very well traveled here, so the ballast is very pounded flat. Here you can see yet more ties. Okay, so this is the one that I missed here. Okay, so we got a stopping point just before we get to the river here. Again, there's more ties here. So right about here somewhere, maybe just on the other side of this cut, we have yet another spur and another one belonging to that, here's another tie, to that Kennedy company. So the first one we took a look at was shown as 1919. This one is shown as 1920 and 1921. It's a 9-car spur connected to the west side. So I'm guessing, and it's milepost 4, so it's got to be here somewhere, right? Because the bridge is milepost 4.1. So it had to be in this spot here, maybe connecting over there and running into here where they kind of excavated. That's the only thing I can sort of figure. So what I'll do is I'll flash up that 1920 timetable. So obviously they moved from there, they were cutting there, and then they kind of just had CN move the spur over here, and worked out of here for a couple of years. Okay, so we're coming up on the bridge crossing. This is a saw this piece of metal. This is, so on the north side of the grade was the telegraph line, and on the south side there was a power line for a bunch of years. And I'm guessing that metal, you often see the metal was used to wrap around the base of the power line the base of the power line poles. And here you can actually see the remains of one of the insulators from the power line. Okay, so here's the bridge. As I mentioned, that one flanger sign that was missing further up was the only one that you'll see on this section. There's the flanger sign for this bridge, but it's been cut off. So you can see the stub, the little end of it is protruding out of the ground there. And there's another piece of tie. Okay, so here's this bridge crossing. So what we'll do is we'll hold up here for a second, and then we'll make our way across the bridge. Okay, so let's make our way across this bridge on the Blackwater River. So the first thing you'll notice, we do have a milepost marker still present here. It's one of the older style one that's made out of wood. So you can see the mileage, 53.8. So that is the mileage on the Kinghorn. And the mileage for the original lines would have been different. So the Kinghorn started in Long Loch, which is 53.8 miles to the east. The original line again started in Jellicoe, which is was less. Okay, so the original line, the Canadian Northern Railway Nipigon Subdivision and the Canadian National Dorion Subdivision started in Jellicoe, so that is 49.7 miles from Long Loch. So the mileage is different on those original lines. So what we need to do is subtract 49.7, and so that gives us a mileage of 4.1. Okay, so let's work our way across the bridge. Lovely aroma of creosote. Length of the bridge, 100 feet, I think. I don't know, I'll have an exact measurement on the video. So this, originally was one of the first of 7 bridges across this river, the Blackwater River. Not quite sure of the origin of the name of the Blackwater River. Basically, I think it may have originated with the First Nation people, probably because of its very, very dark, very kind of black appearance. It's very difficult, maybe lots of tannins in the water. So again, the bridge is 100 feet long. It's in pretty good shape. There are a few ties that are dinged up. This is a through plate girder span. Okay, and basically what that means is that you can see these elevated sidewalls on here, and so this bridge type design is made to maximize the clearance underneath the bridge itself. This actually looks like there's a lot of debris hung up under there. Again, the water is very, very high this year. So as far as I know, let me get my cheater notes out here, because I wrote some stuff down. This bridge is very unusual. So this bridge and the next 2 after this, so we're going to see the second one very shortly. These bridges were actually altered. So according to CN documents, this bridge was rebuilt in 1949, and then it was modified in 1954. So 5 years later, it was modified with this center section in here. And it was modified at the request of the Brompton Pulp and Paper Company. You can see this timber right here is just a disaster here. So the Brompton Company was cutting pulpwood along the Blackwater River, and they wanted to be able to float their logs all the way, because the Blackwater River eventually empties into Lake Nipigon. Quite a number of miles from here. And so what they wanted to do is they wanted to basically float their logs down, and because this was a trestle, obviously that impeded the movement of the logs, so they wanted it altered, and that's why they installed this center through plate section. So again, this is the first of 7 crossings of the Blackwater River. Eventually, around the time that this bridge was rebuilt, they actually removed 2 of the last bridges, and I'll put a link on the video here, and you can go take a look at those 2 bridges. Those are by Warneford Station, which is we're at milepost 4. Warneford's those bridges were around milepost 25, so about 21 miles from here those bridges were removed. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go down and take a look at the sides of the bridge. What we're going to do is we're going to reuse the 2021 footage, because again, you can see how high the water is. You can see that there's a big tree that's wedged itself, obviously fell down upstream, and you can see it's wedged itself right up against the bridge there. Okay, so we're going to use that 2021 footage and go have a look. Okay, so we made our way down here. We're on the southeast corner of the structure, and so you can see it here again from the side. You can see the trestle and the timber sections of the bridge, and then the metal span. So again, this bridge is going to be similar to a one that we're going to be taking a look at further down, closer to Nezah, probably about 15 feet high or so. Again, you can see all of the rock that has been put in the river, particularly on the western side. You can see that there's been quite a bit of fill put in to shorten the length of the bridge here. Again, you can see the planking that's been put kind of in the inside here to kind of reinforce or to protect the piles and to keep debris from kind of getting lodged in there. You can see some sort of debris that's kind of worked its way in there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to work our way across and go take a look at things from the other corner. All right, so we're down here on the southwest corner, and so you can get a little bit better view of the structure here. We'll carefully make our way over there. You can see all the rock that's been dumped in here to kind of form the abutment here. So again, you can see the timber and pile structure, and then the metal span across the middle part. Again, the bottom part looks like it's in pretty good condition. What is that in the water? Oh, it's a branch. It looked like one of those rail pullers, one of those old metal rail pullers. So here we're pretty close to the structure itself. And so you can see kind of the underneath here, just the lovely smell of creosote and tar. It's such a wonderful smell. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to hop back up on the grade, and we're just going to continue pushing our way to the west here towards Nezah.